How are we doing? It's JJ. It's another blistering day. 30 degrees plus this afternoon. Very humid as well. Full lavu. Bit of shelter, bit of shade. Nice and cool in there. Just made a coffee. Just got a Wayfarer meal, meatballs and pasta, one of my favourites. And just rigged my basic hammock up just for a bit of chill time. Just wanted to come out just to escape the heat. Let's just pop you down. What's that look like? Bear with, bear with. Oh, that's better. That is better. So yeah, just come out just for a couple of hours just to escape the heat, and there's nothing better than being in a woodland under the canopy. It's definitely cooler in here. Just looking around, there's loads of signs that the badgers have been really active. Obviously where it's so warm, so hot and dry at the moment, the badgers are really having to dig into the ground to look for grubs and shoots and that. Just come across quite a few large badger latrines. You'll always know a badger latrine, and that, just because of the smell. You'll see a series of holes dug in a certain area away from the badger sets, and they'll just be full of badger poo. And there's quite a few. Obviously, if you've watched previous videos, I'm in my wood where I do have the permission, but I no longer camp. But there's about 5 extended badger sets in this wood. Let's just open up my meatballs and pasta, and that's cooked. And just let that cool down a little bit. This is one of my favourites. I do love this. But yeah, I've just come out today just for a bit of chill time. But what I'm going to show you in a minute, once I've had my lunch, I've seen something actually turn my stomach. That's why I've waited before I eat. I'll show you in a bit. As I say, this is my wood. I used to camp here, I used to have permission. I've been coming up here every few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. I've noticed a few things from where I used to camp. I'll show you in a minute. I'll stop you there and come back in. So all around this sessile oak tree, there's a load of died back, drying out, rotted fungi, mushrooms. But look at that beauty there. Now I'm going to have to get the reference books out. Look at that. What a beauty. And this is exactly what I mean. You never know what you're going to find when you go to the woods. I have no clue on the identification of that, and that's cool, but I've got some great books. Get outdoors, seek and explore, find stuff that piques your curiosity, and learn about it. Amazing. I've had my lunch. Tasty. Do like a bit of meatballs and pasta. There are some lovely old sessile oak trees in this part of the wood. But when you go to the woods, whether it's your wood or any wood that you go into, the beauty of it is that you never know what you're going to find. Today I've come into my wood that I know really well, and say I've seen loads of badger latrines. I've come across skulls and all sorts. But because I come into my wood quite a lot, I notice things. As I say, when my camp was destroyed, I took it all down. I neatly stored away all the wood from the shelter. and it's been kept there. But in the last few visits I've kind of noticed that bits have been going missing. Bits of wood, bits of corrugated iron. I didn't really think much of it to begin with. I thought that's bizarre. But today I've come up into the wood, and I've come to the other side of the wood because it is actually a lot more shady and sheltered. And as I'm walking up across the other side of this dell hollow, something caught my eye. Do you know what? When you've put a lot of time and effort into building a camp with trees that were already felled and I just cut back to size, you start to recognise pieces of wood. And this is what I found. I noticed one piece of wood straight away, I just recognised it straight away, and then I noticed the corrugated iron, and it's the old corrugated iron from my fire break. Now, let's have another little look. Let's walk behind. All this wood, yeah, all this wood, these bits are bits that I cut down myself. They're all my bits from my camp that somebody's thought, we'll use that, why not? That's okay, that's alright. Conservation of energy, use what's already there. It was all neatly stacked away. But on my days, when I come round to the camp, look at this. Piles of shit everywhere. Piles of crap everywhere. Bags full of rubbish. They've brought bags in full of food. There's still bags of food. Yeah? I'm going to stop this. I'm going to turn the camera around. Hang on. So there we go. One massive bag of rubbish full of food. There's another one there full of food. A Birra Moretti, empty. Look, they've gathered up loads of twigs, stacked them neatly to one side. Brilliant, nicely done, nicely done. And then put your rubbish on top of it. Your feet obviously got too hot with your insoles out, so you decided to leave them there with some rotting oranges. What that is, I have no idea. It's like an old little work fireplace, furnace little thing that they're burning stuff here. That's cool. There's not too much ash in that laying around, but it's just loads of other crap laying around. This saw, this was hidden in the undergrowth by my old permission. Oh look, 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 look. Another bag of crap. Completely full of festering, rotting crap. Are you going to take that away? Probably not, you lazy scumbags. Hey, but this is the bit that gets me. Oh look, it's another one of my logs that I cut down. Look at this round here. Hope you're not squeamish. That is a bucket full of piss and shit that you've just left there. Ignore that black barrel, that was actually in the woods beforehand. Don't know what's actually, might filled it up with water. But that is just a bucket full of watery piss and shit. You dirty scumbags. You dirty scumbags. Do you know what? I actually admire you for using some of the stuff that I left here in the woods neatly in one pile. And you've taken it upon yourself to move it all over to the other side of the wood. That takes a bit of doing. Yeah. That takes a bit of doing. But then you just go and leave all your crap and your rubbish here. You're probably only parking a quarter of a mile down the road at the ford. Use somebody else's stuff that's no longer in use. Fair enough. Have a bit of respect for your environment that you're in and clear your crap up. What do? Do I leave all that stuff? Well, normally I have a notebook and a pen on me. But I haven't today, but I might come up here and leave a note and let them know what I've found. I've still got permission to come up and use this wood. You know, I'm a wild camper and a bushcrafter and an outdoorsman, and I have a massive respect and love for the outdoors. But it's people like that that drive me nuts. Absolutely drive me nuts. But I'm still going to enjoy my bit of time. You never know what you're going to find in the woods. Catch you a bit later. Cheers.